The last time I saw her, she was running away from me. Not that it mattered. She wasn't actually going anywhere. Wherever she went, I would go too, because that's what we do. I chased after her through the dark, narrow streets of Old Town. We were playing our usual game, cat and mouse. Or maybe this time it was hide and seek, because I could never catch up to her. She turned around suddenly on a little bridge over a canal, and for a moment I thought I might be able to reach her. But then she slipped into the shadows under the low bridge and disappeared. I heard her laughter echoing behind me. Damn her mocking laughter. I finally stopped when I reached my apartment building. My apartment. The place I hadn't been able to afford if I had been myself. The person I had been before I became the one who lived in the shadows. Before I became the one without a name. That's what happens when you steal someone's identity. It eats away at you, steals your soul. That's why I should have left her long ago. But I didn't. And now we were trapped together like two sides of the same coin. Her name was Alice. At least that was the name she was hiding behind. I never asked her real name, and maybe that was my mistake. If you know someone's name, you know their heart. And I wanted to know her heart. I needed to. I missed knowing things, having a past, a real past. But instead, I stood there looking at the brick wall of the building where I had been born and raised, wondering how long it would take for her to find me again. How long before she came back to mock me some more? It was only a few minutes, and I knew she was out there watching me, waiting for me to make the first move, to chase her again. I took a deep breath and walked out into the night. It was always easier to find her in the dark. The city was alive with neon lights and buzzing with people, yet it felt empty and cold. There was no warmth here, no life, just like me. I moved through the crowds, keeping an eye out for her. I scanned every face, hoping to see something familiar, anything that could lead me to her. But all I found was pity and fear. Pity because they knew who I was. Fear because they knew who I was. They called me the one, the masked one. But I wasn't always like this. Once I had a name, once I had a face. But those were memories from another life, dreams from a forgotten past. Now I was a ghost haunting the city, living in the shadows, always moving, never staying still. Because when you are the one, you can't hide. You can't escape. They will always find you. They will always want you. I stopped at a corner, trying to catch my breath. I was losing her, but I couldn't let that happen. Not now. Not ever again. I had to find her, even if it meant I had to face them. And I knew where I would find her, at the place where we first met. At the crossroads of our destinies, the abandoned amusement park. The Ferris wheel creaked in the wind, a lonely sentinel against the darkening sky. It had been here all along, watching us, waiting for us to return. As I stepped into the park, the sound of laughter and screams echoed through the rusty metal structures. It was like a graveyard of happiness, a tomb of joy. The carousel was frozen mid-spin, the roller coaster tracks stood still in the twilight, and the Ferris wheel had stopped turning long ago. Here among the ghosts of laughter, I could feel her presence. I could almost touch her. I walked past the haunted house, its peeling paint and shattered windows staring back at me like a skull. The house of mirrors had lost its reflections, leaving only darkness and dust. Then I saw her on the Ferris wheel. Her silhouette stood out against the fading light. She was looking at me, and I saw a flicker of something in her eyes. Was it fear? Was it regret? I had to get closer. I had to know what she was thinking. What did she remember about the way we met? Did she remember who I was before? Did she even care? I began to climb the Ferris wheel, my fingers digging into the cold, rough metal. Each step brought me closer to her, and I could hear her breathing, her heart beating. I could feel her fear. She was scared of me, but she shouldn't be. I wasn't dangerous, not anymore. I was just lost. And as I climbed higher, I felt a strange sense of calm. Maybe I could let go here, let go of the past, let go of the one. As I reached the top, I felt a sudden rush of wind. When I turned to her, her eyes were wide with surprise. Then she looked away, hiding her face behind the metal bars. Why did she turn away? Why was she hiding? I wanted to ask her so many things, but all I could say was, Alice, why? She didn't answer. She just stayed there, her shoulders shaking slightly. And then something inside me snapped. All the memories, all the stolen moments came flooding back. I remembered my name. I remembered who I was. And with that, the world shifted on its axis. I fell down, tumbling through the air, my screams echoing in my ears. I landed on the ground below, the wind knocked out of me. I looked up at the Ferris wheel. I could see her face now, filled with horror and guilt. She had known. She had known who I was all along, but why didn't she tell me? Why did she keep running? Why did she make me suffer? I got to my feet, my body aching, my mind reeling. I walked out of the park, away from the Ferris wheel, away from her. I didn't know where I was going, but it didn't matter. I was free from the one. I was free from Alice. I was whoever I wanted to be again. Or maybe I was nothing. Maybe that's what it meant to have a stolen name. To live in the shadows, to forget who you are, to become nothing. But as I walked into the bustling city, the noise and the lights blurring together, I felt a strange sense of peace. I didn't remember my name, but I didn't need it. I didn't remember my face, but I didn't need it. All I needed was to keep moving, to keep searching for the truth, to keep looking for the one, for Alice, for me. Because maybe that's what it means to be human, to be broken and lost, to be forgotten and to remember, to be the one and to be nothing. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if she ever found her way back to the light. I hope she did. I hope she found her name, her heart, herself. Because the one is not just a person, it's a state of being. It's a curse and a blessing, it's a burden and a gift. And I wouldn't wish it on anyone, except maybe on him. Maybe he deserves to know what it's like to be the one. Maybe he deserves to know what it's like to lose everything, to love someone and to lose them, to remember who you are and to forget it all again, because that's what it means to be the one. That's all I know, and that's all I need to know. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more content. Take care.